Hello friends, welcome to the channel Everything You Believe. Britain was the only country left that stood against Germany.
We shall never surrender!
The map of Europe looked something like this in July 1940. Germany's dictator Adolf Hitler captured almost all the countries around him. Austria, Poland, Norway, Belgium, Denmark, France, all these countries were invaded by Hitler. In the southern country of Italy, there was the rule of another dictator named Mussolini. He had made an alliance with Hitler and both were working together. So broadly speaking, only three big countries are left in Europe. There are Germany, Soviet Union and Britain. Now, there was a one peace agreement going on between Germany and Soviet Union. So Hitler had no need to fear the Soviets because the Soviets never attacked Germany. This meant that Britain was the only country left that stood against Germany. On the other side of the world, America did not want to get involved in this war. It was staying away. In such a situation, the question arises that how did the situation change? How was Hitler defeated? Let us know the complete story of World War II in today's and upcoming video. This video is the third part. In the earlier videos, part 1 and part 2 of my World War II series, I have told how World War II has started, and I will explain how World War II ended and how was Hitler defeated in coming part 3 and part 4 videos. If you have not seen the first and second part, I will put the link below in the description. You can watch it later. Hitler felt that now that all his fighting was over, Winston Churchill would like to sign a peace treaty with Hitler. Churchill would not want to put his country at risk when the German army became so powerful. But the opposite would have happened. An iconic speech is given by Winston Churchill.
We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender!
He makes it clear that there can never be a peace agreement between Churchill and Hitler. This war that has been waged against Germany will continue. This speech meant that Hitler would now like to invade UK also, and this is what Hitler is trying to do. Hitler's planned Operation Sea Lion to attack Britain. They had to come up with a strategy to attack Britain. There is no connection by land between the benches of UK and mainland Europe. So army cannot be sent like this. If an attempt was made through ships, the British Royal Navy has many more ships than Germany. This won't sit right. Then it is decided by Hitler to first gain control over the airspace. The German Air Force has lost 2,600 aircraft. UK has only 700. That is why Hitler attacks Britain from the air on 10th July 1940. German Air Force attacks the missing planes by dropping bombs. Initially, their objective was to destroy aircrafts, airfields and manufacturing factories. Britain's small Royal Air Force, which was 1/4 in size compared to Germany, tries its best to defend its country. There is a big thought fight here, but eventually the British has to suffer more losses. Gradually, the Germans start attacking even at night. One such night happens on 24th August 1940, when by mistake some German pilots go and drop bombs on London City, where a lot of civilians are killed.
It was the great fire in the city of London, almost to be compared with the fire of London in 1666. Pictures that look like hell on earth.
Winston Churchill thinks, what kind of war is this? They are directly attacking our cities and we will do the same. UK retaliates by dropping bombs on Berlin city, and when Hitler saw this happening, initially he was not interested in dropping bombs on London city. But when he see that the bombing of cities has already started here, Now he will destroy London also. 15th September 1940, Hitler orders the German Air Force to carry out an all-out decisive attack. More than 1,000 fighter jets should be sent in one go, and the work should be completed in a single day. Just imagine, friends, what scene people might have seen that day. More than 1,000 fighter jets are coming in the sky to drop bombs on your country. Specifically, this number was 1,120 aircrafts, of which 620 were fighters and 500 were bombs. Britain prepares its Royal Air Force. They have only 630 aircrafts. On this day, a historic battle breaks out in the sky.
The first wave of 100 bombers and 400 fighters was intercepted. Fighting raged all the way from the coast.
The British Royal Air Force downed more than 60 Luftwaffe aircrafts and lost only 29 aircrafts on its side. You heard it right, the British successfully dropped the German Air Force. This day is called the Battle of Britain Day. What was the reason behind this? This question will come on your mind. How can the overpowered German more aircrafts get that British Air Force? How did you lose in front of the force? This reason is very simple, friend. Whenever any country is attacked, one country invites another country. So, the country that invites is trying to get something here, which is the country that defends itself. For him, it is literally a question of existence. If you and I don't fight with all our heart, our country will be destroyed. There will be no place left for us to live. That is a big difference in the motivation of soldiers. A recent example of this is Russia-Ukraine war. When Russia invaded Ukraine last year, everyone thought that within a week Russia would destroy the entire country of Ukraine, because the Russian army was much bigger in a comparison to the Ukraine army. Technologically, it was also more advanced, but the motivation among Ukrainian soldiers was much higher. Therefore, till today, Ukraine has been successful to a great extent in defending its country. This Battle of Britain Day, friends, was one of the first major loss of Hitler. For the first time, Hitler had to face a defeat in World War II. Hitler knew that the chances were low that this mission would have been successful. So Operation Sea Lion was postponed and turned his attention to the Soviet Union. In April 1941, the map looked like this. The countries of Hungary, Romania and Bulgaria in Eastern Europe had made an alliance with Germany and became the part of the Axis power. After this, if we went further east, Hitler had already captured the countries of Yugoslavia and Greece. Actually, Italian dictator Mussolini was busy occupying Libya and Greece, but the British presence in the Mediterranean Sea was too much and the Italian forces could not deal with it alone, let alone defeat the British forces. Hitler sent some German troops to fight with Italy in Libya and with his help captured Yugoslavia and Greece. The interesting thing is that Hitler did not have much interest in invading Britain. Hitler actually wants to sign a peace treaty with Britain. He feels that why not turn his attention to the Soviet Union, defeat the Soviet Union, and when this happened, Britain will automatically be forced to sign a peace treaty out of fear. But why attack the Soviet Union when there is already a piece of treaty with them? The real reason behind this was Hitler's ideology. He had a strong hatred for communist people. Apart from this, he felt that only if a country as big as the Soviet Union was captured, Germany would become the #1 superpower in the world, because so much land would now come within Germany. Basically, Hitler was suffering from megalomania. He felt that he was the king of the world. This power had made him completely crazy. He felt that he could achieve anything and could take over the world, but attacking the Soviet Union was a big mistake for Hitler. In fact, it became a turning point in World War II. Hitler's plan was very simple. Just he had invaded France, he would invade the Soviet Union, in the same manner and divide his German force into three parts. The first part will go from the Baltic region directly towards the Leningrad, the city where Stalin lived. The second part will attack towards Moscow, and the third part will attack from the south, going through Ukraine. This operation starts on 22nd June 1941. The army of Soviet Union was much larger than that of Germans. They had 20,000 tanks. The German had only 6,000 tanks, but there was a big difference. German technology was much better in comparison of Soviet Union. Therefore, Hitler still had the upper hand in his fight. To save his country, the Soviet Union joins Britain and becomes a part of the Allied powers.
Mr. Molotov signed for the Soviet this vitally important undertaking on the part of both countries to fight Hitlerite Germany till victory is won. Neither country to negotiate or conclude a separate peace.
They formed a plan together to send supplies to the Soviet Union. A route is decided which will go through Iran. But the problem was that the government in Iran was in favor of Hitler. So, for this reason, UK and Soviet Union together invade Iran. There is not much profit here because with the help of Hitler's blitzkrieg strategy, helped the Germans invade 100 kilometers just within 2 days. The Germans had already penetrated 100 kilometers inside and captured so much of the land of the Soviet Union. Within a few weeks, they advanced so far that they are just 300 kilometers away from Moscow. At this point of time, there are some disagreements between Hitler and his military commanders, due to which the next German advance is delayed until October. The cold starts increasing and the Soviet has an advantage in the cold weather. They have the habit of fighting in the cold. On the other hand, if he looks at Japan's side, the Soviet Union get the second advantage. There, Japan and the Soviets had signed a non-aggression treaty together. Let me see the final video World War II in part 4 video. Until then, signing off. Dear friends, wishing you an advance Happy New Year 2024. Thank you very much.